Hello, guitar people! Today we're not talking about a guitar, we're talking about a thing that protects the guitar, which is, I think, almost as important as the guitar. Doesn't make a sound? Well, no, it doesn't. I was in a meeting where we talked about things at Thomann, and someone mentioned, yeah, we got the SafeCase coming. And I remember that. So the other day I look over the website and I see, ooh, SafeCase. That looks interesting. Now, I love Gigbags. I have my attic and my mom's attic full of guitar cases. When I get a guitar, oh, it's nice, take it out of the case. Case is beautiful. For me to move guitars around, I use Gigbags. I use high quality Gigbags. I need them really padded. I need them reinforced with wood or cardboard, whatever. But I do trust Gigbags. It probably comes from a time when I was living in Boston for 3 years studying. Taking a case on the train, on the subway, not happening. A Gigbag like this, have it on your back, you know, and move through the city. So, for me, a good Gigbag is always interesting. Now, Thomann has the Voyager series, which you can check out in my video, The Great Gigbagathon. I think the Voyager is 69 or 79 euro, and it's really awesome for that. This is even... Yeah? Funny? No, I don't have time. Now he's sad. This is even more expensive, but it packs a lot of cool features. So let's look at the features before we throw it off the roof. So Leslie, if you please come closer. Now we have this extra bag here, which you can take off. Very, very nicely done hooky things. And I'm gonna, oh, look at this. I didn't even know that was there. That's a thing where you can just shove things in. And everything here is done to the highest specs. I mean, imagine what you're getting for 115 euro here. From any other brand will probably be way over 200, because there's no distributor in between, there's no brand in between. Thomann is the brand, so you're cutting the brand cost, you're cutting the distributor cost, and you have purely factory and dealer. As long as someone at Thomann, I know who that is taking care of the quality control and making sure that the design is right and communicating with the factory, Thomann is the brand, which means you can save, and I can save quite a bit of cash on a super high quality item. Now, this extra little bag is pretty damn cool. There is quite a bit of space in the front here. And again, this is nicely padded and extra stitching. I don't know the terms, even though my mom does that for a living. Now this is neat because it actually is thermal safe something. So you can put your beers in here. This is actually enough for a big bottle. Yeah, probably for 1 or 2 big bottles of drink. Your sandwich. You're gonna think, well, that's stupid. Who needs that? When I was still teaching, and thanks for making the channel run so I don't have to do that, I would have loved that because I'm gone a whole day as a teacher, and where do I pack my lunch? I always had an extra bag for that and my gig bag. This is cool. So you're the working musician, put your lunch in there. Put your whatever in there. But you can also, of course, put pedals in there. A small pedal board will very likely fit in here. A very small gig rig. Very cool. We're further looking at the temper foam or memory foam or something handle. This is ultra solid. It feels extremely good. It is soft. It doesn't hurt your hand. A hard handle on a case when you carry that too long will hurt you. This is definitely super nice. What is this? We have Thomann. Does it say inspected by? No, premium protection for precious property. Premium protection for precious property. That's cool. We have rubber at the bottom. That's good. It's not non-slip. It's relatively hard plastic, which means... No, I don't think it'll slip away. It won't slip away because right here we also have some rubbery protection. So extra double protection. All the dog and cat hair does not come with it. That is a special signature edition that I have once it's on my floor. I like this. There is no handle here that can catch on anything, but again, rubber thing, soft inside, so that you can carry it like this. So that's neat. I love that you can store away the straps. If you do travel with this on a plane, this will help putting it in the overhead compartment. I don't know if I want to put a gig bag in the hands of baggage handlers. We'll see how far we want to go with this. These straps, look at the nipples. This is multi-nipple action right here. With a big nipple in the middle, and I don't know why there are arrows, just because. I'm pretty sure that this is very, very nice on your shoulders. So when you travel through the city with it, even a heavy Les Paul isn't going to be a problem. And I like that you can store that away so it doesn't dangle. That is very neat. Which brings us to the front bag. That is the only thing that I bitched about, and when Leslie just looked at that, she bitched about the same thing. I like this flap over the front bag. It's neat, it's asymmetrical, very nice. Custom hair. But you can't open it until you open this clasp. And that could have been Velcro. There could have been an actual, like a belt buckle, which wouldn't have been nice. I have one with belt buckles and it is annoying. This, you have to then shove. Can you zoom in on this? So to close it, you have to slip this in here. Which, that is, I mean, that's not going to open by itself, I think. But, again, it is something you have to do with care. And it's going to get annoying rather soon. This is just decorative, I think. Hiding where that is sewed in. That's very nice. But once we open this, see, it's already annoying. So once we open this, we can see, that's actually, Leslie found that, a cable here. So you can actually hook your cable in there. Bam, you've got your main guitar cable right on the inside here. That is very nice. This is an ultra beautifully soft padded pocket for a small laptop or an iPad or whatever tablet, which is very cool. And it's not just softly lined, there's actually some foam protection underneath here. So this is a super nice pocket. I love it. A lot of space in here for your score paper, for whatever drugs, whatever you want. So now to how protected is the guitar. This top is clearly reinforced with either plastic, cardboard or wood. It's slightly bendy, but very nice. This is for the back of the guitar, for the Floyd, whatever, so it doesn't get trapped in the fabric. Same here, the strings will scratch this, but not leave any marks on this. We have a very long neck protection here that you can take off, and even see, that's a styrofoam in there. If you wanted to, you could even replace that. I don't know why. I don't know why they have a zipper on here that I now can't close. Okay, so this is a very long neck protection. I'm gonna go with at least 2-3 centimeters padding all the way around, and double padding here, which you can take off, and again for the strap pin. This is extremely nice. Now that's all nice and good. What we have to figure out now is, how safe is it? They're calling it SafeCase. Which means, what can possibly happen to your guitar? It can fall over. Could it fall down the stairs? You're very likely not gonna let it fall down the stairs. Might happen. it's gonna be in the car. Very likely, if it's in a gig bag like this, it will be on top of the rest of the gear from the band. However, things might shift. You're not gonna throw shit on top of that because you're not an idiot. Should we test it? We'll do that anyway. We'll throw shit on top of it. So let's see how safe the SafeCase is. And we're gonna go ahead and do the test that is a little bit mean, because we're gonna use one of the kinds of guitars that frequently has problems with breakage, which is a Les Paul type guitar. I have this older Harley Benton HP 450 Plus here, where we have a Gibson style headstock without a volute, and we know that this right here is the breakage point. It's angled, no reinforcement. This is where guitars break. Now, I have to admit, I'm a little bit scared to do this, but that's the only thing we can possibly do to find out if this thing deserves the name SafeCase. So let's put it in there. Fits in snugly. That's actually something I have to wait. Before we do that, let's find out. Because if this fits in snugly, what about a longer scale? Snugly. Snugly. Now we go 7-string. Ooh! I could have sworn that doesn't fit. Obviously you can take this out and then you have more space, but I want to keep that in because that is extra protection. But no, even a 7-string, not a problem. Okay, I'm impressed. Bad design, bad design. Doesn't even fit their own thing. What's wrong with this? Come on. You do know I was kidding, and some of you don't. Okay, the important thing was, does it fit a 7-string? It does. There's an extra one for bass. Obviously, I'm not trying bass on this. So, we'll put this in, close it up. So, what is the worst that would possibly happen with this? It's leaning against something somewhere, where it's actually standing relatively stable. So let's say it will fall. I can tell you already the guitar's fine. So I'm pretty sure the guitar is still fine. That is the most that would happen to it, I think. But let's go further. I'm gonna go, for some reason, someone is trying to stand that up here. I don't know why, but someone might do that. That possibly broke my light. It's getting hairier by the minute. The guitar is fine. No, there wasn't even a crack. It was just dust. Okay, so let's test some more. So I'm up here. Hey, catch this, Leslie, would you? Oh, damn it! You are so stupid. Why did you not catch the guitar? When would you ever do that? This opened, by the way, so I'm thinking this thing needs to be reworked. The guitar is fine. Let's go in the car. I apologize for the bad weather. It is January in Germany. That's what you get. So what's the worst that someone would do? I mean, you would do this, right? If you give it to your drummer, he would also do this. But someone who doesn't care might do this. It's still fine. Would I put this in there like that so people can stack things on top of it? No, because I'm not an idiot. But let's say I am. And someone takes this, I don't know why you would have this, very, very heavy lighting rig and throws it on your SafeCase. I mean, how hard can I throw that on there to break the guitar? I can't. So I don't think that's gonna break it. I'm gonna go that this is probably 30, 40 kilos, something like that. This is a fully loaded Schmidt-Array pedal board. What would happen? That? Maybe? Maybe you're an idiot and you have the guitar here and the board is up here and it's shifting, which means it's falling on the case like that. That's probably the most that would happen. No one has a board like this fully loaded, and you wouldn't stack that up so that it could fall on the guitar because you're not an idiot. But let's assume you are. Okay. It's really the most that I could possibly imagine would happen. And there's no cracks there. And the neck looks fine. Now, usually people would have a banister here. I don't. Oopsie, oops, oops. Oh. Oh. Oopsie, oops, oops. I can't ever see that happen because we take good care of our guitars. Dust, no cracks, no anything. Okay. Now, I don't know why this would happen, but you are on the first floor of some building, holding this somehow in your hand, and then it slips. Oopsie! It slips. Oopsie! It slips. That wouldn't happen. Now I'm curious. Zero zip. Nothing. There's absolutely zero situations where you would throw a guitar off a balcony. The most that would happen is this. That is the most that would possibly happen to the guitar that you're taking care of. The worst that happened to this bag is that it took some of the green paint from my hallway. That's gonna stay on there. So how safe is the SafeCase? I'm gonna go pretty damn safe. That's what I say. Thank you for filming, Nestle. Animals at the end. Links below. If your guitars are worth anything to you and you're traveling with them, get a SafeCase.
It's cause to celebrate. Within this game we play. Wash away the heat until we shine. There's reasons to the golden road. So square your points, collect your dues. Cooperate, defects, resist the temptation. Tit for tat, yes, tit for tat.